The light was worth getting. It really changes the game for me. I can stand to play the game, which is good. gonna switch my headphones now. Yeah, like this balances sound better. Oh, I forgot to take the damn drones out. So I don't have any more room for this. I like this remixed Morrowind music, and I'll probably buy this house. This is the house I'll buy. How do I buy the Maya Lake Lodge? In ESO, how do I buy the Amaya Lake Lodge? $1.3 million gold. $7,000 crowns. What is that? Isn't that like 100 crowns is $1? So it's like $70. Wow. I mean, I don't need a house. This is a storage house. Well, if I mained the game, but I don't think I would main this game. I'll keep playing it though. Music's really good. I should build my house outside like a, Oh, I bumped my camera. Oops. There we go. Fix my pillars here. $1.9 million gold. I mean, I imagine when you get up to like really high, that's probably not that much gold. Oh, I've been taking damage. That's not too good. Missile batteries. Did I die? I died because you distracted me. Damn it. Oh well. Fucking annoying. I don't know. A free ride might actually be good. Although I didn't really need to go to that thing. Oh, it's a silt strider. I wonder if it'll take me to Vivek. That ship called? Will you list the battle cruisers in EVE Online? Combat. I'm sorry, combat battle cruisers. So yeah, I should put her in a Gnosis. This was a nice fun ship, but it's not very, it does like no damage. But a Gnosis does. This thing does 170 for 100 mil. And while it has a lot of tank, this ship doesn't do a lot of damage, not really. My Tristan does almost as much damage as this ship. So, like, I don't know why she can't fly this ship well, or whatever it is. She might not have the skills to make the drones hurt, or whatever it is, but yeah. I like the music in Morrowind because it's not very obtrusive. Nisus or Saran. Yeah, I'm fairly sure a Gnosis would be better for her. Let's see what her skills are in Gnosis. Because, yeah, can't you, like, get a lot of really good damage with Gnosis? $349 skill points to fly a level 3. I'll just supply skill points. Confirm. Which reminds me, she's got to go to the NES store and get her skill points. Oh, she did. I think they both did. Okay, on to the next one, but now we must put a retractor unit out. And then... I don't have sound because I switched. Oh. Where's my body? Look at her move. She's so weird. Oh, where am I being shot from? Oh, yeah. I will die. I will die. It's a robo brain. Oh my god. Fucking bastard. Speak to Paladin Romani. I can go home now. No, oh, over-encumbered. 257 out of 230. Go to junk. Just start pumping. Well, I don't know. I should just dump it all. How's this going? Everybody pull drones. Okay, she can fly a level 3 Gnosis now. And I will switch out. I will strip this fitting when I get there. I will sell this ship. I like this ship. But it's really does not do that much damage. For whatever reason. I don't have the skills or something. I don't know what it is, but I don't know. Why do I have this many shield power relays? It seems weird. You're acting weird. Oh, the fact finder. Cool. What's that? Oh, it's the named. It's the named 6-shooter. Oh, you can't jump out. I don't think so. Plasma rifle. I forgot this even existed. $33 damage. I don't know, the fire rate on it isn't that good. Oh, I got a cannon. It probably weighs way too much. 16 pounds, yeah. Oh, got a log because that on me sound. Strong back, gain more carry weight based on your strength. That one's good, I think. No, I already had that one. Oh, I'm at 15 strength. Oh no, what's happening? Oh, I'm not using my micro warp drive for whatever reason. I accidentally must hit the button. Are they going to kill me? They might. We better call the drones in. That could warp us both out. Oh no, I really don't want to come back. Yeah, I waited too long here. Shit. I'm just gonna have us leave. I left the drone there, but I'm not losing a helo, I'll tell you that. Oh, I maxed out perception, that's good. I like quick hands, and I wouldn't mind that. Or maybe a Ferox. A Ferox might be better. I don't know. Ferox has almost no. Well, a Ferox has drones, which is cool. But no, I think the real ship that I need is what I don't know. It might be like the Dominix. The Dominix isn't that much money. I like this zone because it feels like it's also more optimized than later zones. Yeah, Vivek is like a main city, huh? That's cool. Wow. This is a much more established Vivek. Wow, it looks so good. Wait, you say come in here? Oh, there's another travel thing. Nice, that's great. No, you said... I can't tell if you want me to do black or white. No, Divine Thunder is the white one. Black one's a quest, though, that is good. Okay, I'm gonna relog. Music's good. I want to stay here. I like the remix of the Morrowind. It's good. For some reason that wasn't stealing. Recipe, wide-eye, double right, yes. I don't know why, but it's like everything in here is free for whatever reason. So I will take it. So for whatever reason, it's like free to steal from here. And I need to remember it because it's a really good source of money for noobs. Yeah, like there's a jewelry box, this place, the Archcanon's office. Recipe, and this is like a really good place to get recipes. I wonder if I can make my own guild and start a guild vendor stall somewhere and just stuff it with recipes that I find. Could maybe make good money that way. I wonder how much it is to make a guild. God, that looks good. Good artwork here. Pewter necklace. Level 19, but it's nothing, and it's just like a gold. It's like a free piece of gold. So many gates. Why? Oh, is it raining? Oh, did they kill my drones? I think they did. They like killed my drones. I'm gonna buy new drones when I go back there. So annoying. I'm gonna give her the 600k because I think she's gonna need it to like buy weird ship skills and stuff. Ooh, agency support drop saving booster. 29 days. It's a haven booster. I don't. Okay. Armor, hit points, and energy weapon damage. Tila really is like probably the best choice. I should just buy Tila. Because her damage doesn't matter. It's all incidental. I gave her the 648 skill points. I could just 648,000 skill points. Because oh, I do fly Mastery 3 Hela. That's what I'll buy. I'll buy a Tila. Yeah, with just like cheap ass shit. So if somebody ganks it, I don't cry. Helas would be the easiest thing. Just dual Helas. What Hela fit do I have? Yeah, there, for 331. 331 is great. No, I don't like it. It doesn't have like a warp drive. Yeah, here we go. This is it. That's great. 356. I'll just buy that. And our Rock 2 Helas is the easiest thing to do. The easiest, like, investment. And there's another gate that just keeps going on. They seem to be on me for some reason. I'm going to orbit the beacons so I don't take as much damage. Oh, shield power relay. So I tank really well. Is that kind of the deal? Yeah, I guess so. I wondered about that. Yeah, that's what all the shield power relays are. No, return to drone bay. I'm going to lose that drone if I don't get to it. No, go get it. No, don't get it. I'm gonna lose another drone. No, I got it. I got it. Ship does no damage. Fuck, the music's good. lost one. I'll have to pull. Expensive. Oh, oops. Oh, nice. It's daytime finally. Oh, I fell too far. Yeah, I think I will roll 2 Gilas with lower damage, although right now my Gila is doing 737. But it's a bill. And between them, they would get like, I don't know if yeah, it might be better if I could get like 550 or something out of the other one. Yeah, if I could get 550 out of the other ship, but it would be good to keep this ship's spec. So it's in the other canton.
cars, drone operators, and other roles like that. And by Friday, with the FBI saying that some of the suspects had already traveled to Virginia to begin making preparations. And while the FBI hasn't released the details yet of how it captured those other 4 people, one of them reportedly said that the goal was to target capitalist elites, billionaires, and any politicians who take in money from AIPAC. And the potential targets of the attack laid out in the court filings included Trump, J.D. Vance, Elon Musk, Netanyahu, and more. There's something that was really weird is that Trump was asked about this at the G7 summit this morning, and he said he didn't even know about it.
Were you briefed on the attack plans for the UFC event at the White House? There was, the FBI thwarted an attack.
I haven't heard about it, no. But I watched, the attack that I watched were the fighters.
And then for our last bit of quick news that you shouldn't miss, California Governor Gavin Newsom is saying that Trump's DOJ has launched a politically motivated investigation into him and his wife.
In recent days, federal agents have knocked on the doors of family, friends, and former employees. Not because they found a crime, because they're simply trying to find one.
Now, Newsom, he didn't give details about what the potential investigation actually is about, but his office said that federal agents had started asking people tied to him and his wife about their businesses, finances, and personal matters. And with that, there is at least one anonymous source saying that there isn't actually an investigation that specifically targets Newsom himself, although officials are looking into multiple people around him, including his wife. And with that, the source said that his wife's probe is related to her taxes, and it started last year without any push from political leadership. Right, and then also, you have everything that's been going on with Newsom's former chief of staff, Dana Williamson. Right, Williamson pleaded guilty to federal charges related to a plot to steal campaign money from former federal health secretary Becerra. But a big thing there is that Newsom hasn't been accused of anything in connection with that. And you have him saying that this alleged investigation, it's all just to add him to the DOJ's hit list and hurt any plans that he may have to run for office in 2028.
Donald Trump isn't just coming after me because of my mean tweets. He's coming after me because I'm considering running for president. Donald Trump is simply the most corrupt president in American history. He's turned the levers of government into his own personal power ministries to reward cronies and to try to jail his opponents.
Right, obviously, if there's an official investigation on the way, Newsom would be joining a long list of Trump enemies that have been targeted. I mean, some of the names that come to mind: former FBI Director James Comey, New York Attorney General Letitia James, former Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell, former CIA Director John Brennan. The list goes on and on. Also, Governor Tim Walz, forgot about that one. And in fact, you had Governor Walz responding to Newsom's video saying, "The Justice Department is not a tool for the president to investigate his political opponents. Welcome to the BS Investigations Club, Governor Newsom. You're in good company." And then as far as Newsom's office, they said that they've filed a public records request looking for messages to or from DOJ officials mentioning the Newsoms during Trump's second term. And so for now, we're kind of left waiting for more information from either side and waiting to see if the Justice Department officially announces any investigation here. But that, my friend, you beautiful bastard, is the end of your Tuesday Philip DeFranco Show dive into the news.
Looking at Star Citizen's webpage, or their so-called game launcher, reading Play Game Now, you can be convinced to think that Star Citizen is a real game, with gameplay. But how honest is that statement? Following up from the last year, today I wanted to test the performance of whatever Cloud Imperium Games dares to call game, with real, actual data. However, looking at the recent 4.8 update, it runs less than 50 frames a second. And no, your screen is not covered in Vaseline just for the effect. No. This is actual 800 by 600 resolution. It ain't looking good. But since then, it's been a month, and performance has, improved, and I'm not willing to give these jokers any more time before sitting down and actually testing. So, how playable is Star Citizen in 2026? Along the way, I'll be smacking some middle-aged children and demystifying literal lies and misconceptions surrounding this billion-dollar tech demo. Like, for example, the lowest graphics settings do not produce the most frames. Yes, that's how stupid this gets. So, yeah, remember, Star Citizen is a special little boy. Anyways, let's get into it. Alright then, so I did similar stuff last year, same hardware, same setup, so please not only subscribe to the channel, but also go check out the last year's result for reference. Links in the description. So let's not waste time and rapidly go over the setup. Yeah, but Yemix, don't judge it! It's alpha, bro! It's been 10 years of this playable
10 years in alpha.
And I've lost all sympathy for this alpha product.
Everybody else has launched better games. Starfield was a better game than this.
So thanks, Star Citizen.
Star Citizen.
But besides that, don't you think you, the customer, deserve better? No? And I just don't care anymore.
I haven't heard from Kira in a long time.
But it's a multiplier.
Did we miss Kira videos? Let's go look just while it's on my brain. Kira's my favorite content creator. I'll just admit it. We were looking for yes, Kira. Kira TV. No, he did do the kidnapping of a crypto millionaire, which I should watch, and we'll check the other channel. Destiny 2 from 3 weeks ago. Crafton CEO fucked around. We found out a Camelot Chain Steam release is very stupid. So we have a whole bunch of Kira to do. Let's do that.
Okay, what's up, friendos? Welcome back. It's been a while, and what better way to wake from my slumber than to look at an update about Camelot Unchained, right? And I guess before we get started, there's something that we all need to do. So, you know, hopefully we're all prepared, we're all ready, we've all got our Transformers Jim Jams on, and we can see what Mark Jacobs has brought us. It's Christmas morning, of course. Every day that we talk about Camelot Unchained is Christmas morning. But let's see, because the big update here is Camelot Unchained now has a Steam page, and they've also released a new trailer, so let's check those out and see what people are saying about them. So this is the 58 seconds devout archetype teaser. What are they teasing? I feel very teased. Wait, where's the animation of these characters? It's one frame difference. I don't know how to skip one frame on YouTube. It's one frame. They're just laying on the ground and they're up. Wow. Okay. This game was kickstarted in, was it 2013? It's been 13 years. They don't have an animation for the characters being resurrected.
It's been 13 years.
Okay, I mean, whatever. I'm not going to talk shit. It is what it is. Looks like an old MMO, right? It is what it is. Now, the problem is, of course, whenever a game is going to release on...
Something else I wanted to do while I'm on it. We're going to search the Steam DB for... Searching the Steam DB. Searching the Steam DB. Oh, feel that kitty purr. Yeah, love that kitty purr. We're searching the Steam DB first of all for Mortal 2. I'm just going to pop that first. Yep. 452 24-hour peak, 180 right now. That is just crap. Utter shit. The game is full-blown dying. Yeah. Anyways, so search the Steam DB Mortal Online 2 charts. This thing in the player statistics. I'm in here to take a look at Shroud of the Avatar. Ooh, that's not too good. 18 people played Shroud of Avatar in the last day. All-time peak was 624. I was one of the 624 that played this game. Really, that was 10 years ago. It was 624. Wow, I'm into bad games. Oh, purr. Just rub this kitty's head. Yeah. Maybe scratch your scruff a little bit. Yeah. Oh, purple. Oh, she's a happy kitty. I love this kitty. And they sold this to Catnip Games. 16,000 followers, but only 600 played. I don't know. No, nobody ever plays this. Like Jesus Christ, I don't know.
Steam Early Access, they have to give you this whole spiel about why early access, what are we doing, what's the state of the game. And just for spoilers' sake, I read a little bit of this before I decided I was going to make a video, and this is fucking stupid, right? And it's stupid for the same reasons I talked about in the last video about Camelot Unchained. And I really hope Mark sees this in the way that it's intended to be seen. And that is, this is criticism, not for the sake of criticism, but because this is a stupid idea and you should probably rethink this, or at least explain why this is the case. And what I'm talking about specifically is they're talking about the game releasing on Steam Early Access, but only being available for weekends. And then when it's available...
Oh, look, they gave me a, Oblivion damage. It's an Oblivion staff? No, it's an Ice staff, but it's got a little bit better stats. And, yeah, little weapons, Ice staff, Lightning staff, 1084. I think, oh no, Lightning staff, Ice staff. This is an Ice staff. Yeah, Ice staff is good. Cannon staff of the tribe, being August is healing done. Divination ritual. Okay. Oh, purr. Oh, purr, kitty, purr. Yeah, purr, kitty, purr. Oh, she's just purring a little heart out. Yeah, we love this kitty. We love this kitty. Yeah. We love you, kitty. We love this kitty. We love the kitty. We love this kitty. We love this kitty. We love this kitty so very much. I'm singing to my kitty. Purr. Yep, you just purring your little heart out. I'm on the wrong side of the canton, I guess. I don't know. It's a little annoying. Am I up too high? No, that's the water. Where do you want me to go? Where? It's on the east side, is it? Am I going the wrong way? Yes, I am. I think it's on... Okay, I think I remember. On a horse, it's faster. I don't know. Maybe it's up. Is this it? No, that's it. That's it. Oh, purr. Yeah, just touch her. Yeah, just touch this kitty. I'm gonna play with her when I get off work. I don't understand where you're sending me here. What? I don't know. This is what I was supposed to do. Oh, kitty. Where's the one now? Really follow. Oh, way up there? Oh, okay. Well, that's a bit far. Oh, this is it, huh? Oh, good. We're done. Rub, 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 rub this kitty. Rub, 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 rub. Rub this kitty's neck. Rub. Rub, 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 rub. Knead and rub and knead and rub and knead and rub. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, pepper. Let's rub her nose and her neck. Yeah. Gonna rub your little kitty throat. You kitty. Scratch your little kitty chin. So cute. You silly billy kitty. Maybe an hour or so of Dragon's Dogma 2, maybe. Could play some Borderlands 4. Actually, I was going to play some Fortnite. Maybe it would be better if we just go to Borderlands 4. I'll play some Borderlands 4. Oops. 6 mil there. I keep losing drones. It's so annoying. In system. Yeah, split. So I will have her bring me drones. And I will bring her. Yeah. I will bring her. Excuse me. The Myrmidon's good, and I don't really want to. get rid of it, but I will take it back to Jita. And it's full of loot. I will leave her ready to fight with it. But it's not the best. Yeah, cute little kitty. Cute little kitty. It's not really the best. Yeah, you like that, huh? You have a love attack, yeah. Oh, let's rub your neck, yeah. Scratch and rub and scratch and rub. So I'll take her back to Jita, and I will bring back some drones. And I will kit Gila. Yep. And off we go. Play.
All the time, they're going to start charging a subscription for it on Steam in early access in this state, which again, you can go and take a look at what people have said about the non-disclosure agreement restricted access to this current version of the game. And either everybody's lying and they're just going out their way to besmirch the good name of Camelot Unchained, or this game is not in an early access state. It's not in a state where it's even remotely close to being something that would reasonably have a subscription blocking your access to the game. But they're doing some kind of like free to play after having bought the game version. So I'll just read it to you so you can understand. What's the current state of early access? It's crucial. It's crucial to know that at this point in early access, our servers are only available over the weekends. This will typically mean from every Friday afternoon to every Monday afternoon in the UTC -4 time zone. In the near future, as we continue to build up our infrastructure for the game, the servers will switch to being available every day. I mean, that should just be a given for any game that's being sold on Steam. It isn't yet, obviously, but this is what they're saying. When it's buyable on Steam, this will still be the case. You'll still be buying a game that you can only play on the weekends. Why? You fucking tell me. Building up infrastructure. While we intend for Camelot Unchained to be a subscription-based product in the long term, we are not expecting to implement a monthly subscription fee until the servers are fully accessible with 24/7 availability. Shouldn't be until the game's done, right? I mean, there's no expectation from the general population that this game is going to be done. But I don't think it's reasonable to charge a sub for an early access MMO that's been in development for 13 years and isn't currently ready to be played even full time. But when it does go full time, between now and then, because they say this game is going to fully release by December 2026. So again, it's not even playable on Steam yet, but when it does become playable on Steam, the game's only in a state where you can play it on weekends. And it's been in development for 13 years. But we're somehow supposed to believe that in the next 7 months, it's going to go from this to a fully released MMO that's like, oh, this is done now. Makes no sense to me, but let's continue. During the course of early access, our goal is to keep the price of the game low to maintain accessibility and respect the time investment of those joining Camelot Unchained's journey early on. This will help us to pay for the server costs inherent to developing an MMO. For the weekend, of course. At the beginning of early access, all races, archetypes, and classes that have been developed so far will be playable. However, at a later point during our early access window, Camelot Unchained will shift into 2 distinct tiers, the base edition and the War Unending edition. The base edition of the game will include access to a robust, curated set of races and classes, representative and introductory gameplay experience for Camelot Unchained. So, essentially, you buy into the game, and you're going to get access to everything, but at some point they're going to restrict your access to some of the stuff you bought, is what this reads like. Maybe I'm wrong, but this is what it sounds like. The base edition of the game will include access to a robust curated set of these things, and the War Unending edition will include all current content as well as new content that is added during the course of early access and through to the full release. During early access, some War Unending content will be available to users with the base edition for testing purposes, and this access may rotate during the early access period. There's like a cardinal sin in video games, which is it's very difficult to give somebody something and then take it away from them, right? Especially when you pay money for something and then they come in at some arbitrary point and say, okay, this thing that you had access to, we're now taking that away from you unless you pay more money. This is not a good model. This is not going to work. People are going to be very unhappy about this if the game was to reach any kind of like outside of their current fan base, you know, Jim Jam wearer population. If this went to like a regular group of people and they bought into the game and they were playing and having fun, and then they said, oh, okay, now we're taking this stuff away from you, this would be grounds for people leaving many negative reviews. It just is what it is. Additionally, while we are not currently charging a monthly subscription at this point in early access, it is our intention to do so once our game servers are switched from weekend availability to full-time availability. At that time, subscription will be implemented and need to be manually opted into by players. You won't receive any unexpected charges from us, don't worry. So it doesn't even really explain here what the war unending thing is, other than it's, I assume, like a higher tier package that you have to buy to get in. To experience the full breadth of what Camelot Unchained has to offer, the War Unending Edition will provide players with a complete experience that you can upgrade to at any time. You know, gone are the days where you have an MMO and you just buy it and you have the complete experience. This is pay to win, right? I don't think there's any arguing to that one. You're going to have access to less stuff. The classes, whenever a developer creates an impetus, an incentive to make something that's behind a paywall better so that more people buy into it, that is just the case. You can't say it isn't. They've given themselves that conflict of interest of making the game balanced and good versus making money. I don't think this will really play a factor because I'm still of the opinion that Camelot Unchained is not going to come out and do super well for this to even make any difference. But it seems like after 13 years of development, the conclusion that they've come to is very weird in terms of how they think people are going to buy and engage with this game, where they're like, oh, you're going to buy in on Steam for a certain amount of money and you're only going to be able to play on the weekends. But then within a couple months, we're going to switch to a subscription model and you're going to have to buy a upgraded edition or you don't get access to the content. Obviously, they are saying existing Camelot Unchained backers, those who purchase not through Steam, will be provided with access to this edition of the game through the Unchained launcher at no additional cost, which does mean, I'm guessing, you're not going to be able to transfer your Camelot Unchained that you bought 13 years ago to Steam to be able to play through the Steam client. All in all, this is just very weird and not great. People's opinions, of course, here are that they're glad it's going with Steam so that players can refund, which is fair. I'm impressed with the progress they made at the amount of effects they display from a distance. I'm not impressed with the players stutter walk because the server corrects their position. So, you know, talking about what the game looks like, I'd be surprised if there isn't people in here talking about the game being now tiered with content behind like additional purchasers. Good luck getting this to fly via a Steam purchase with the game being only available on weekends. I don't think that is permitted on early access. I've not looked, so who knows. The graphics don't really justify the system requirements. I know this might be delusional, but I have a tiny bit of hope that this will be fun to play and isn't a scam. I mean, even if it is fun to play, the monetization model is just discredits what the game could be, because most people aren't going to fucking buy into this, especially not on a weekend basis of play. But yeah, I think that's about all there is to say on this one. Jim Jam wearers unite on this. The resurrection animation went missing. It fucking sure did. You know, there is still time for them to not do this. And I don't know how many people have read the small print here about what they're planning to do with the early access, but this is just not a good look. You've obviously got to do what you've got to do to make money, especially when your company's been developing an MMO for 13 years and you know, last year laid off half your staff or whatever it was. But at the same time, just sell skins like everyone else does. Like, just sell skins. Tiering the game based on actually locking content in a old school MMO just isn't good, especially in a PvP focused MMO, and you're locking races and archetypes and stuff and classes behind a paywall. Like, nah. bro.
Oh,
That ain't gonna fly. Either way, that's it. Thanks for watching. Check the links in the video description. If there are any problems with this video, bear in mind I literally just got on a brand new computer, so all my stuff's just like recreated, and this is the first video I've tried to record since then. But yeah, check the links, and I'll see you next time. Stay safe. We're out. Peace. Okay, what up, friendos? Welcome back. It's time to talk about Krafton being absolutely wrecked by their own choices. One of my favorite topics, of course, when a game company, usually the big corporate overlords, make really bad decisions, then try to blame everybody else, and in this case, consult ChatGPT how they could get out of actual contracts that they'd signed. And even ChatGPT was like, nah, mate, you done fucked up on this one. You're going to have to pay him the money. And he was like, actually, no, AI, you don't know what you're talking about, even though I'm consulting you because I'm a big smart CEO man. And he put a team together, put the A team together. Mr. T was right alongside him, and Mr. T here being ChatGPT. That was actually a pretty good joke, to be honest. Totally unscripted, of course. And they figured out that they were going to fight. Totally put the A team together. Mr. T was right alongside him, and Mr. T here being ChatGPT. That was actually a pretty good joke, to be honest. Totally unscripted, of course.
It was
And they figured out that they were going to fire the employees, and they were going to force them out of the company, and then not have to pay the $250 million that they owed them. And then a judge went, no, actually, you're going to have to do that. And people have been speculating now, has the payout been triggered? And I just want to go over the numbers for you here. So based on the court's decision, eligibility for the performance-based earnout is determined by Unknown World's revenue through December 31st, 2025, with an option to extend it through to the June 2026 period. They did later extend this, so it's going to be further than June, but it doesn't matter anyway. So the earnout formula is highly leveraged. If Unknown World surpasses a revenue threshold of 69.8 million giggity, Krafton must pay $3.12 for each additional dollar of revenue generated up to the $250 million cap. So a couple of things of note here. The wording of this is very specific. It's Unknown World's revenue, not Subnautica 2 revenue. I honestly don't know how the CEO sat there, looked over the documents that was presented for the purchasing of this company, and thought that this was a good idea. Obviously, he didn't later think it was a good idea because he tried to fuck the people who he'd signed the agreement with. But the fact that this was not even written as Subnautica 2 revenue and Unknown Worlds revenue, this is one of the dumbest things I've ever seen. But obviously, if you go to this link here, we have Subnautica 2 passes 4 million sold and 100 million in revenue in under a week. This is 4.1 million sales, 4 million via Steam. And when you start looking at what this means, when you do the math on the original earnout, basically Steam, $30 per copy. Steam takes 30% revenue share, so they're getting $21 per copy. Obviously, a couple million of the units for this were sold at a 10% discount, so just subtract 10% from this. But because the earnout began at 69.8 million, they need to sell 3.3 million copies, 10% more, obviously, because of the, the 10% discount that they had. And that would be when the earnout began. So as soon as they hit the 69.8 million, every dollar that the company earned in revenue, they'd have to pay $3.12 for this $250 million capped earnout, which means that the company would have to earn 149.9 million before they'd then paid out the...
Look, it's even cheaper. It's $229. If you put them together, if you put them together right now, yeah, if she's tanking, wow, with drones, and that doesn't really make sense. Oh, right, because she doesn't have... So it hits 527, which, you know, could be better. I don't really know what the difference is between her fit and mine. Why I do. I guess it's those Caldari Navy lights. They do a little bit more damage. 2 large shield extenders. 3 large shield extenders. She has 4. So I don't really see why she does so much more damage. It's just those Caldari Navy lights. This is 953. Oh, it's those Fed Navy drones, right? So Fed Navy drone damage amplifier put me at 420. But now I'm at 550. $420. $607 for 512. Between them, it would be 1.2 for a bill, and I would fly beneath the radar. I also have fancier rigs on, like field extender 2s. But suddenly we get up a little bit more expensive. I don't think I like those. I would prefer rapid light Caldari, maybe rapid lights. But yeah, we can make the ship cheaper by just taking the drones off her. I don't want her shooting at frigates with missiles. And we could fit a couple of more drone link augmenters. Right, and that put her at 500 DPS for 511. 511's cheap. Between them, they'll pull, yeah, like 1.2 around-ish. Yeah. I think this is it. Save as. L for Albertilla. Save. Yes. And she's also passive. She's like pretty passive. Yep. And they both just throw drones. I want you to fit the ship. This will be, let's see how much this is. Yeah, $4.99, not bad. That's not bad. For a total of a bill, we could have, yeah, but I mean, like, yeah, I want an expensive main and a cheaper off. I don't have to name my shit with that stupid squiggle anymore, which is good. Albertilla. I'm gonna rename my ship too. Ooh, what the hell is that? What? Povertila. Okay. She needs 7 Caldari Navy Vespas, and I should just bring like whatever I can carry. I'll bring like 20 of them if I can. From the market. We need Vespas, right? Vespa, Caldari Navy Vespas. Caldari Navy Vespa. Buy 20 of them. Yep. And then stick them in this Gila. Insure this Gila. Yes, and there we are for 547. She does not have a Gila skin. Abyssal Firestorm. Etheric Raiders. Aurora Universalis. Let's buy that. 64 million. Oh, I didn't get into my Borderlands 4 session. Because I was like kind of busy doing this stuff, which is kind of annoying. Get me in though. I'll play some Borderlands 4.
The full 250 mil, which would be 7.1 million copies of the game. Now, obviously, if they've sold 4 million copies plus the 10%, plus Steam's 30%, they're not going to have hit this yet. But the funny thing is that they're likely already very close, if not earned the payout already. And the reason being is that the games that Unknown Worlds already publishes are counting towards this money. So obviously Subnautica Below Zero, if you look up like the Steam DB of both of these games, like let's just pull this up real quick so you can see. I mean, if you just look at the player graph of how many people are playing Subnautica 1, because obviously big highly anticipated sequel comes out, people that already own Subnautica 1 but never got around to it playing it. But of course there will be people who are like, oh, I'm not going to play Subnautica 2 until I play the first one. So they bought it and it's been on sale. And if you even look at the Steam homepage for like top sellers, Subnautica's been right up here now for weeks. And Subnautica Below Zero's up there as well. It's in like the top 20 or whatever this is. And if you look up Below Zero, obviously not as much of a jump, but a lot of people still playing the game compared to who were playing it months ago. Now, obviously, the original earnout was scheduled that it was till December 31st, but then they could extend it until June 2026. But if you look at what the court found, to afford the sellers is a genuine opportunity to achieve the earnout under Gil's restored leadership. The testing period is extended by the duration of Gil's ouster, which you can look here. The EPA calculates the earnout based on the 4 consecutive calendar quarter.
I think I'm going to finally nerf my Eve settings, because I've been playing a lot of Fallout 76 in the background. You are annoying. I'm going to nerf my settings to medium. Okay, so there, and the game still retains its most of its graphical quality, not as good, but the frames are definitely better, and that will rob the system of less resources.
quarters, with highest revenue for the testing period. By ousting Gil for over 8 months, Krafton deprived the seller of the pre-release runway to launch the game and capture 4 consecutive quarters of post-release revenue before the contractual window closed. This equitable extension ensures that the specific performance remedy is not illusory. But they then say the base December 31st earn-out deadline is thereby extended by 258 days, equal to the period between Gil's termination, which establishes a new deadline of September 15th, 2026. Furthermore, the contractual right allows for them to extend the testing period by an additional 6 months, which is March 15th, 2027. And the funny thing is that it's not even Krafton's choice to extend it. It's Unknown Worlds, which obviously it's not even going to matter. They're not going to need to extend it. They've got like 4 months, and I would be very surprised if they haven't already got very close to finishing the earn-out or actually finished it. And of course, as I said last time, this whole situation is not even finished, because this is only phase 1 of the litigation, and there is going to be phase 2 coming up, which I will cover as soon as this. I've not actually looked what date this is going to be, but the remaining open questions include whether Krafton breached its promise to not to take any action with the primary business purposes of depriving the seller of the earn-out, and whether Fortis is entitled to money damages for earn-out revenues permanently lost due to Krafton's breaches and litigation delays. I will resolve them in phase 2. I don't think there's going to be any damages for not getting the earn-out, because they're absolutely going to get the $250 million earn-out based on what we're seeing. There is obviously a factor here of like regional pricing as well, and what that contributes towards this. How many sales were in countries where the copy that they bought was vastly lower dollar value. But obviously, if in the first month of release you've sold 4 million copies, the game's getting good reviews and it's doing really well, and the revenue is on like the whole company and not just Subnautica 2, I think it's pretty clear here that they've stuck it to the man, and Krafton are going to be out another $250 million on this. It's unfortunate that 2 stick it to the man, with people saying like, oh, I'm going to buy Subnautica just to fuck Krafton. Obviously, you are still helping Krafton succeed, and it's a shame that that's the case. It's nice to see that when they've made a bad decision, they are being held accountable in a way, because the amount of press and everything that this gained, obviously the CEO is going to be looked at very differently, just due to his own sheer incompetence and the things that came out in this trial. If you go watch my other video where we go through the entire legal filing, the entire legal opinion from the Delaware court, it's fucking hilarious just how incompetent this person is, and just reinforces that a lot of these C-suite people that are making these big decisions at the top level are just clueless, and they're just asking AI nowadays on how they can resolve issues. Either way, I think that's about it. Thanks for watching as always. Hopefully you enjoyed. Check the links in the video description, and fuck Krafton. I'll see you next time. Stay safe. We out. Peace. Okay, what's up, friendos? Welcome back. You'll have probably seen the news. Destiny 2's over. And there's been some hopium that this means Destiny 3 is going to be on the way, right? You know, when they do these announcements of we're actually killing the game that you enjoy and that you've spent years playing, they always say these things, oh, this is not the end. They'll allude to something. They'll make you believe that there's hope. And they'll say you're the best community ever and they had the greatest time working on the game. But by the way, we're killing it, right? They're just trying to cushion the blow that they're destroying this thing that a lot of people really enjoy. And because they did that with D1, did it with D2, people are thinking D3 is going to come out, and that isn't the case, or at least it doesn't look like it right now. And there's a lot of context to this that we have to go over, including what Sony thinks of Bungie after buying them, why Destiny's been killed, why Destiny 3 likely won't be made, and what's going on with Marathon, because all the eggs are in the Marathon basket now. So obviously, when they announced that the game's closing, they said there's going to be a final update on June 9th, and, you know, that's great. You can go and play a dead game. I'm sure that's going to be massively popular, apart from the final send-off. But the funny thing here is that when this news released, I was thinking, oh, you know, I'll make a video about that, but I'll wait a couple days, because there wasn't any, like, insider reporting on what happened, or any kind of, like, lead to this of, oh, Destiny 2 is about to close. And the reason we now know is because almost all of Bungie didn't even know that the game was ending, right? You've got to think they have 800 and something employees, something like that, I think, last I checked. And the majority of people working on the game sat there day to day, making art, writing scripts, coding, doing whatever they were doing. They had no idea. It had already been decided behind the scenes. The game was dead. They were wasting their time. They were working on nothing that would be released. And then obviously the announcement comes out, and that's when these people find out that the game that they're currently working on, that they've been working on for potentially years, some of them a decade, with Destiny 1 and Destiny 2, the game's just dead. And this is how they find out publicly, which is getting all too common. But obviously this was a decision that had been made by the higher ups, that they just weren't going to continue with Destiny and Destiny 2 and potentially even the franchise. So as soon as the announcement happened, obviously a bunch of people went out and started speaking to journalists. And Jason Schreier, of course, started releasing information about this, stating there's going to be substantial layoffs and that there likely isn't going to be a Destiny 3. And specifically, the wording is Bungie's also investing more in the extraction shooter Marathon, which has not met sale expectations since its March release. Who'd have fucking guessed? But which the company hopes will expand its player base over time. They're probably going to do this with PvE mode, realistically. The studio's moved some staff from Destiny team to Marathon in recent months. A representative for Sony didn't respond to requests for comment. Bungie staff are looking to pitch and begin development of new projects, including in the Destiny franchise, but none have been greenlit, and there's no guarantee that any will move forward in a challenging market that has led companies like Sony to raise prices and cut costs. And then they go on to say that when Sony was acquired, when Bungie was acquired by Sony, they had 5 projects in the works, but none of them were Destiny 3. So even when they had the ability to like self-govern and decide what they were going to be working on, they wanted to work on everything except Destiny 3. Now, they were working on a game in the Destiny franchise, which they thought was going to be the future of Destiny, but it wasn't Destiny 3. Maybe it was all but name, but it wasn't Destiny 3. It was called Payback, which was cancelled.
Yeah,
right,
Payback,
as soon as Sony acquired them, they went through and axed a bunch of these things, and all that was left was Destiny 2, which was obviously a live service, and Marathon, which was being developed as like the future of Bungie, the company. And we've seen how that's worked out, right? So no Destiny 3, bunch of layoffs. But people are of the opinion that Destiny 2 was left on life support and there was nobody working on this thing. But that wasn't true. And there's a lot of people that are of the opinion that they killed Destiny 2 in order to make Marathon, which is also not true. It's just true that Bungie are a shit company. And they've been a shit company for a long time. And you only have to look at things like this. When you see what they were talking about years ago, this was post-October 2025. Destiny 2 play count has now fallen below Curse of Osiris lows, the point where Bungie once said it was weeks away from shutting the game down entirely. Now, unfortunately, you can't go look at the Steam charts to see some kind of player trend for Curse of Osiris because it came out in 2017. But in 2017, Activision owned the publishing rights of Destiny, right? And a lot of people... The thing with Bungie is the company's been everywhere, right? But a lot of people had the opinion that big Activision bad, and Activision was the reason why Bungie and Destiny 2 was a bad game, and it was like essentially trending downwards in terms of player popularity. And then Destiny and Bungie became...
Remember how much Shill Up used to fucking shill for fucking Destiny, and he would like do entire episodes about fucking Destiny releases because they pay him good money to play Destiny. They always have. Like, you talk about Destiny this year, we're so worried that this thing's gonna die. But they won't say we're so worried. They're just like, we'll pay you good money. And he's like, yes, I will. I like this game because it's so mindless and it just steers you wherever you're going. I should play some more of this game. I like this game. What is that? Whoa. Man, that thing's fucking huge. What the fuck was that? Where do I go?
The masters of their own destiny, right? They got away from the...
That shit was why I ended up leaving the Shill Up channel. He taught me about a bunch of games, but the problem was it was like, you know, you shill for Destiny all the time. And like, and it's like, I know that's a bad game. And then I kept buying games that he said was good that weren't. Like Remnant 2, Baldur's Gate 3, although I would have played that with Bagon anyways. There's like, you know, there's a lot of them. I've been practicing hipfire a lot more. Got him. For much to do. loot, huh? Oh, I'm out. I'm out. We'll go. Oh, come on, you fucking cocksucker. Try again. You are so annoying, fucking die, asshole.
evil Activision, and they continue to basically release content for the game, and the game just trended downwards. And what you've got to understand about a game like Destiny 2 is you have a sunk cost of millions of people that own this game. By the analytics here, anywhere between, on Steam alone, bear in mind this was sold on other platforms and things like that, and consoles, you've got 18 plus million people that own this game. So you've got an audience that already has bought the game. They have no barrier for entry to get back in. And this is just to illustrate the level of mismanagement of Destiny. You have games like World of Warcraft, for instance, that have been going for over 20 years. And they've gone through highs and lows, peaks and valleys, ebbs and flows. But because they've got such a huge captivated audience of people who have no huge barrier for entry to get back into the game, what they can do is, when they try something and it doesn't work, they can just pivot to something that they know that does work and continue to iterate on content until the line starts going back up. Destiny, over the course of the last 10 years, have managed to release content that is considered worse and worse, remove content from the game repeatedly, over and over again, taking things away from players, charging people for the new things that they release that takes things away from players, and continually make the game less popular, despite having this huge sunk cost of players who own the game that don't have a huge barrier to come back and try new updates. And that really shows a level of incompetence from a management level that displays that it was never about Marathon. It was never about what the rest of the company was doing. It was entirely about the people making decisions about what they were going to do with the game, where they were going to take the game. So obviously cue Marathon's release, and you can go find the review I did on Marathon. It's not super relevant, but one of the things I said in there was Marathon was a competent game. It was well designed. It had great art, great sound, great gunplay, but it wasn't a game that is going to appeal to a mass market. And due to this, and due to Destiny 2's recent performance and the trend of what was happening with the game, Bungie would go down as one of the worst video game studio acquisitions in history. And what you've got to understand is, Bungie was purchased by Sony in, I believe, 2022 for $3.6 billion. And all they had at the time that they were bought were 5 in-development projects that nobody had heard of and didn't materialize to anything, a failing Destiny 2 as a franchise, and an in-development Marathon that was in development since, like, 2020 or something, 2019, something like that, which is hundreds of millions of dollars for a company of Bungie's size, plus marketing on top of that at the end. So they spent $3.6 billion on a failed game and an impendingly failed game. And I'm not saying failed game in terms of Marathon to be like edgy or whatever, but it just objectively has failed right now in terms of sales expectations and what Sony would have wanted the game to be, considering what they paid for Bungie. And this is, you know, I don't hate Marathon. I just don't play it because, you know, it's a game you play for a week when it releases, if you've got friends that are into it, and then you move on to other stuff, because it doesn't do anything special enough for me to play it as an Extraction fan. You can play Tarkov for the super in-depth tactical extraction shooter, the definitive terrible slog that it is, if you want to be super serious, or you can go play something more lighthearted like Arena Breakout Infinite, or, you know, Arc Raiders for a PvE experience, like a more friendly, more game-oriented extraction shooter. Marathon just sort of sits in this middle ground where it doesn't massively appeal to any of those audiences, so it's just going to get the fringe of player bases. And one thing I guess that's important to mention, because it seems fair to do so, we always criticize game companies for doing the safe thing. Oh, we've made Assassin's Creed for, you know, X amount of years. Let's make Assassin's Creed number 37, right? Let's make FIFA number 200. But Bungie stepped out of the comfort zone here. They broke the mold. And we're now going to criticize them for doing so because it failed, because at least for now it's failed anyway in all the metrics of what a business would use to determine success or failure. So it feels unfair to do so in terms of, like, they did try to do something else, but they tried to do something that doesn't make a ton of sense for a company in Bungie's situation where they don't have anything to fall back on. Destiny was obviously somewhat deprioritized and was doing badly for many years, and then they just released a game that isn't really for a large amount of people. Like, even if Marathon was the best version of Marathon it ever could be, it was like the best extraction shooter of Marathon's stature, of what it was trying to be, a bit more hardcore than Arc Raiders, it was never going to reach like big commercially successful numbers because there isn't that many people out there that want to play a game like Marathon. It just is what it is. This is a game that if it was slightly less polished than a Bungie product and it was from an indie game, this would be considered a great success. But it's from Sony's owned Bungie. Like, it's gonna be a failure just because of what it is. It's not gonna reach those numbers. And the thing is all Bungie's games, like, there's not a lack of talent there in terms of making things. Like, Destiny's a fun game. Destiny's a cool game. The art, the sounds, the style, the design is good. They're competent, great developers over there that obviously love what they do. And you can even see that in Marathon. But every time when this company should have zigged, they zagged. They French fried when they should have pizzaed. And it's led to like a decade of just, I mean, it's 2 decades of going from company to company to company to success to failure all the way along. And it's really hard to say that Bungie isn't going to just be killed from this, like stripped down to the bare minimum of parts. And there's a few aspects here. Sony's impairment loss, right? This is a thing that you'll have seen pop up. Sony records 766 million impairment loss against Bungie for 2025 financial year, a 1-2 punch of Destiny 2 Marathon failing to meet its expectations. Now, if you go and actually read the whole financial breakdown of this and how Sony talk about it, they essentially say our year for Sony's like gaming revenue would have been amazing. Everything was going good. Apart from Bungie dragged everything down. It was like Bungie was our significant failure. And 2026 is going to be really good because we've already lost all the money we could on Bungie. And we're now going to obviously be cutting costs with Bungie. And let's just ignore that happened. Let's just ignore that $3.6 billion because we're going to continue.
This is better settings because it like really bogs down the system. I have to go out to the Sentis Lord. I just want to keep it I just want to keep her at range. Sentis Lord. Jammed. Now, I'm just going to orbit that thing. The drones are taking fire for first time in a long time. I better call it back. This is much better. I love watching space battles on Eve. I might even turn the sound up here. No, it's obtrusive on the stream. So, we're here now doing something, are we? I like all the little cartoon sound effects. What's that? I don't like the robot who constantly gets in the way. The shotgun is really good. I'll reload to let it go. It's an auto thing. You know what you should get for beating this game? A follower that like makes it even like way crazier so they amp up all the mobs. That's the sort of stuff they should do that I doubt they do. I don't know, I can see myself chewing my way through this game. It's already 2 a.m. I was gonna play some Fortnite, but I might just play this game for like 2 hours. This is the way to go. My drones on both sides are just, you know... Neither one is taking a lot of damage, which is also good. Yep, and we just chew through. I don't even have to think about missiles on the second one. Maybe I should just take the missiles off. It would make the healers cheaper, so they'd be less prone to like problems, and I could just double drone Gila with just that in mind. Maybe without the guns in, I could fit a micro warp drive so we could just spin really fast. Which would be funny and take no damage at all. Yeah, drones are good. I can make this box smaller. This is what I should have done originally. I didn't think about it, but yeah, Gila is good. Double Gilas are good. The combined DPS right now... Oops, wrong screen. The combined DPS right now is 737 plus 500. And that's like 1200 when we apply on the same target, but I don't think we are applying on the same target. That's okay though, because it's like at that point. And look, almost no damage went out either, which is kind of an interesting side effect. I'm tanking a huge room and it is not worrying me at all. At this point, I feel like I could just leave. Yeah, why? Okay, with both ships, 1,000 DPS will melt through this place. Why bring rapid missile launchers at all? I'm gonna drop them when the next time I come home. And this is enough. Her EHP is 84,000, which is a better thing. I'll have the other one spec like that too. And I'll have them spec with no missiles, because I don't want to bother with missiles. I want to just sick the fucking drones and get them going. Look at this guy. Yeah, he's like taking hits and stuff. Yeah, like I'm sick of pressing F2 all the time. I don't need to. I can just amp up this. Yep, and then I can, and she barely takes any damage anyways, so. And then we go, and then we like go drop the we drop the thing. What's it called? The mobile tractor unit at the end. I've been dropping it at the beginning, and somebody comes and harasses me and pops it. Yep, and just keep it spinning. Look how mindless it is. I could go cheaper too. I could go, I don't know, Fed Navy damage drone amplifiers are maybe, I don't know, like 52, 80, 34. How far out can I target? Can I hit these guys at 91? No, it's 70. Okay, 70. Anyways, pop that Sentis Lord and start locking again. Oh, I'm sorry. Stay on that one. Pop, pop. It's fun with tequilas, actually. The pressure's off. It's fairly mindless. They just clear rooms, as long as these things are attacking anyways. Shoot on the door. I love this game, it's kind of funny. Oh, let me get my sniper rifle here. You bitch. Oh, headshot just erases them. Kind of hard to see where the dot is. Oh. That was awesome, the thing it chucked at me. Stop it. 3 Reapers will deal with you. on, Vids. You ready? Okay, what was this now? Oh, just the standings increase, yeah. There we go. Nice, they're finishing up this room. Do they just stay aggroed? Yeah, I think they do. Oh, yeah, then. How are you missing? I'm dead center on them. Oh, I have to wait for it to tighten. Okay, okay. I hope some of these guns are good. I'm just gonna keep looting and going. Watching it tumble. She doesn't have her thing on. That's bad. Okay, we got this whole level 4. It's 209. I think I'll eat my dinner. I don't know what you want me to do. There. Yeah, this was way better. This room was nothing. This is what I should have done a long time ago. Why are we going in circles? Let's pause here to go cook something.
You to invest in Marathon. We're going to continue running the game because it's you can read here what they actually say. Player reception is strong. The game received a strong Metacritic score of 82, and more than 90% of player reviews on Steam being positive. Engagement metrics such as retention also remain at a high level. Now, obviously, this is investor speak, because as you can see, this is not a substantially great retention for numbers that we can see on Steam. Obviously, it's on console, so we can't see those. But as a trend, this is not great retention for a AAA game that's cost hundreds of millions of dollars. But because these are seasonal games, you wouldn't look at, say, Path of Exile 2 and see that it releases to a peak of 350k for a new league and then drops to, 2 months later as 8k people online. You wouldn't look at that and say it's a failure of a game because they're seasonally approached games. And Marathon's got a new season launching on June 2nd, so you'll probably see another peak on this one. Will it reach over the original launch? Absolutely not. But if they continue to run this game as like a seasonal skin seller, right, and add PvE components, there's nothing to say that over a long enough period of time, Marathon can't be a financial success. But to do so, they have to cut a lot of the fat from Bungie and just operate Marathon, or give them the opportunity to launch another game. But if you were Sony and you'd bought this absolute fucking lemon for $3.6 billion to the point where it ruined a financial year for your company, and everything so far has missed expectations, and you've had to force them to close down a failing game, would you give them the freedom to go and make another game? Like, what has Bungie done in the last decade for you to give them the opportunity to do so? It just doesn't make a ton of sense. And there's a couple of things that I've seen some people say on Twitter. One of these being from Paul Taffy, which I'm just going to talk about. I don't necessarily fully disagree. But he says, the reality is that now more than ever, people should want Marathon to win. If it can thrive, it can expand in interesting ways, it can give Bungie runway and leeway with Sony for future projects. It's all upside if you want more Bungie games or even more Destiny. Marathon dying from here doesn't help anyone, though that does not mean I'm going to just cheerlead if things don't turn around. Now, I agree in a way, right? But I also disagree in a way, because Bungie as a company, I grew up playing Bungie games, and Bungie was one of my favourite studios because I fucking love Halo, right? And I don't want game companies to fail, because obviously that's bad for the industry overall. But I don't think Marathon doing well is going to do anything for the future of Bungie and Destiny. I really don't. Unless it turned around, which is like the most unrealistic expectation possible. Unless Marathon turned around to be like Arc Raiders level of success with more sustainability than Arc Raiders has had, because that's fell off quite a lot recently. I don't think that's going to translate into Sony suddenly thinking Bungie's competent enough to make another Destiny. Now, what Sony currently owns is Destiny the IP, and maybe they have another studio take a look at doing something with Destiny and remove that from Bungie's hands, because realistically Bungie, from before Sony, like, this is the problem why I can't have faith in, like, oh, if Marathon does well, then Sony's gonna be happy with Bungie and Bungie's gonna have more opportunity. Bungie have had more opportunities than most people in life get with anything. They've been under so many other companies, so much leadership changes, so many people trying to hold the reins of what Bungie is. And here we are, right? They've proven a track record of unsustainable business decisions and ability to give players what they want over a long enough period of time that I don't think this matters, unless they were going to install somebody that somehow managed to make Bungie actually do things people wanted. I do think it's really telling that Sony has canned a live service that still had a decent chunk of people playing it, because that just sort of shows where Sony's at with Bungie. Right, I don't think there's any world in which Sony turns around and says, okay, Bungie, Marathon's doing pretty good now. We're going to extend you some kind of runway to be able to do something else, because they've already decided that it's so much easier to run a game than to make a game. Especially, again, when you've got all this sunk cost of people owning the game, people loving what Destiny is, people that would be willing to come back. And they've said, we don't trust you enough to continue even trying to do that. So why would they trust you in making another game from scratch when the game you've
Why do you
just
guys
made
do
from
these
scratch has been a
bosses?
commercial failure? Like, I think from here, it's pretty clear Bungie as a company's dead. Sony do not want to invest in the future of Bungie as a company. They just want to try and make as little of a loss as possible on Marathon. And if Marathon continues to do badly, that's probably gone too, right? I don't think it's realistic that in the coming months they're going to just be like, yep, fuck it, Marathon's gone. But Sony has had to make some pretty cutthroat decisions over the last couple of years, like with Concord, where they're writing off like a $300+ million game with like a week of release and having zero sales from it, refunding everybody and just shit-canning the whole thing. And with a company the size of Sony, they can do that. It sucks, but they're not going to keep throwing good money after bad. And I think Bungie's in the naughty boys corner, so it's not going to take a lot of sustained mediocrity from Marathon for them to probably just turn around and be like, yeah, fuck it, right? But there we go. Thanks for watching as always. Hopefully you enjoyed. Check the links in the video description. There's a GameStop code if you want to go use that. You get a discount. I get money off your purchase. And you can buy some game reviews, some wifey cups, all those good things. And yeah, see you on the next one. Stay safe. We're out. Peace.
I don't see a mob. Oh my god. What? Come on, man. Bosses like this. Oh, come on, motherfucker. Focus. Oh. Look at all that shit shoot out. Come over here and drop whites, I guess. Can you do anything? I want a backpack slot. Can you do that? So anyway, inventory, equipment, backpack. So replay value, drop. Why did you make that so long? It shouldn't take that long. I think that should be enough. Well, the loot is worthless. Go to save, and I will go cook my dinner and play some Fortnite after I watch more Kira. That's the big loot. Cool. Often there's another really big chest around if you look, but I don't bother. Your whiskers are tickling me, kitty. Your whiskers. She's like licking her arm, and her whiskers were just like going up and down my knee. It was so weird. I was like, ah! I think there's something crawling on me. Your whiskers. You're so cute. You and your whiskers. Your little whiskers were like whispering my leg. Oh, stabbed me in the face. Sorry. Okay, we're gonna put this back. Reaver. Oh, it's the big spaceship, right? Yeah. Dick. Nice, we're going outside. Hey, we're done with this place. Wait, what? What the hell? Whoa! Whoa. What do I do? can't you show me the signal while I'm running? Stop playing Borderlands 4. Okay, I'm gonna stop here. And I will run this video. Oh, she's still here. Oh, yeah. Did it do all of this? I think it's still moving. I think it's done all the things that it can do. A lot of this loop is out there, but I don't know. Are you still moving stuff? Yeah, you're still moving stuff. No, it's still moving stuff. I'm just gonna stay here. What I will do is I will take the healers back. And I'll come back with a Noctis is what I will do. Oh, I don't have a Noctis here. How do I not have a Noctis here? Fucking annoying. Well, I don't suppose it truly matters. I'm going to scoop now. Or well, this can run. This can run. It's just no. I run risk sitting here, so I'm just going to end it here. Why can't you scoop to cargo? I can't scoop to cargo. So, okay, well, let's go get this damn mobile tractor unit. I didn't know. That's dumb.
Yeah, I know, it's hard to properly test multiplayer games, so I made as simple and fair test cases as possible. And finally...
It went to the other video. If only I cared about Star Citizen. $110K, goddamn.
Alrighty guys, today we begin a very special adventure. Conan Exiles just received its biggest update ever. The game has officially been upgraded from Unreal Engine 4 to Unreal Engine 5. This massive update has brought a huge wave of players back and the servers are completely loaded, which means only one thing: it's the perfect time for a brand new solo adventure on a max pop, freshly wiped official PvP server. Let's jump right in. So first things first guys, we gotta get ourselves to level 60 as soon as possible. For this playthrough we're gonna be trying out a new method of power leveling that I have never done before, but I know that a lot of people are using it. It is, I guess it's considered the fastest method right now, and we're gonna be trying it out for the first time. Let me show you guys the player list. The server is completely loaded. Check it out. First location we're gonna visit is gonna be Shaleback Hollow, somewhere here. Two things I want to pick up there: the guaranteed steel sickle, and if luck is on our side, hopefully a high tier pick, because we're gonna need that for this leveling strategy that we're gonna be using today. Oh, and also a weapon as well, that would be nice. Maybe some kind of dagger so that we can bleed out our enemies. Get some branches. We're gonna go ahead and craft a bedroll. We're gonna put it right outside Shaleback. With how active this server is right now and how many new players are coming in, the chests in this location might already be looted. We'll place it right here. Let's go, let's go. See if luck is on our side. If we could get a steel pick, that would be incredible. All right, let's learn some sorcery. Then we'll jump over to the other side. We'll try and be quick here so we don't get too much corruption. All right, let's see. Chest back here should have a steel sickle. Yes, nobody has looted it, thankfully. We'll take the heals, we'll take the buffs. Should be another steel sickle up here. Just gonna take what we need, which is pretty much everything here. And then here, these two chests, they give out random weapons, random tools. Looking for some kind of high tier pick and a weapon. Let's see what we get. Okay, so, oh, pickaxe, this is perfect. Nice. We'll take all these weapons, we'll take all these mats. Simple tool upgrade kit, perfect. We get to upgrade the pick as well. What else do we get? Advanced tool upgrade kit. Okay, we just scored. Another steel sickle. Am I gonna be able to... Let's just go get our starter base up and running so we can store some of this stuff. Okay, we made it, guys. This is one of my favorite base locations in the Isle of Sipta. It's so beautiful here. Look at this place. So I was thinking for my starter base, I kind of want to build a treehouse base. Not like all the way up there, but maybe somewhere here. Just gotta find the perfect tree. This looks nice. Yeah, let's do it here. This is perfect. Since we're already at max capacity, we're gonna need to craft a wooden box to store some of this stuff. And we'll load our iron stone. Alright, just gonna farm a few trees so we can start building our treehouse base.
It's like a bad rust.
Go ahead and get started with that. First things first, we're gonna go to this camp here. Let me show you to go to the Keurig dungeon and learn the Keurig legging recipe. That's gonna be our pants for this playthrough. But yeah, that's what I'm looking forward to the least. That dungeon's tough, man. Early game. So much can go wrong there. The blood crystal rock nose should be somewhere here. Let's see if he comes out. Yeah, right here. Perfect. Let's take him out. And just for any new players, to enter the Keurig dungeon, you need 30 blood crystals, which we get from these guys. That's why we're farming him. Let's see if we do better with daggers. I doubt it. Oh no. The lag is so bad right now. I've been hearing a lot from people that the PvP lag has been really bad these first 2 days. It'll be interesting to see how that goes. Now we make our way to the obelisk.
I don't know why these people were like Funcom so much. I don't like Funcom. Meat smells good. Spacecraft Live.
To start, because I'm.
Ooh, you can.
Oh no, guys, come on! Yeah, there's certain things that can be excused for being early access, but this is bullshit. 6.
Another one.
Okay, I know. It's
You just.
bye.
The second mission on we hear you.
Yep. Okay, we're done.
Oh, is that it? Screw yourself, game. Planet, that one.
Beef hot dogs are good. Smell good. I need this mobile tractor unit. Approach. Okay, so good. Hi, kitty. I'm going to get some food. Excuse me. Yeah, put you under your bed. Okay, time to get my food. I cooked it too long, but I don't care. Yeah. Damn it, I shouldn't have cooked it that long. 10 minutes was too long. That's okay. Okay. Or, well, let's use the chopping block, actually. There we go. It's gonna be good, though. Scoop these up. Okay, now get some Grey Poupon, some ketchup. Add some ketchup, and that's good meal. Then I've got water, but I want that cup. Excuse me. She's like, "Are you gonna sit on me?" And I'm like, "No, I'm not gonna sit on you." Okay. Frozen fruit. Okay, frozen fruit. Sausage, ketchup, and mustard. I'm having sausage with ketchup and mustard and frozen fruit. Okay. Are we at the mobile tractor unit? Yes. Scoop to cargo hold. Good. Then sort by distance and open this cargo container and take as much of this stuff as you can. Good, and then take all the rest of it. Okay, we made it. I finished this level 4 right on time to eat something and play some Fortnite and go to bed.
I'm just seeing words.
Copper nugget, copper ore,
New resource.
Salty is rubbing off.
That
nervous laugh from Ghost Dragon says everything you need to know about his thoughts on the Terminids.
I got a chalcopyrite.
Nice.
Yeah, I've had terminus and bugs sometimes.
And chalcocite. Alright. 7 copper nuggets per mine.
Fighting Terminids earlier.
9.
Yes, that's good. Hey, Sponge, your viewer count's doing good.
So, speaking of Helldivers, Sponge.
Yeah.
I am hopeful.
Oh.
Because I just got my new copy of Windows 11.
Sure.
I am hopeful that when I put the new processor in,
yeah,
that and the new Windows 11 should make
It worked.
playable.
It worked again.
Nice.
Oh, hopefully.
Because they're
Fingers
bad,
crossed.
or maybe.
I'm wondering if the 27X isn't what was holding Helldivers back.
Wait, 27X.
Yeah, that's what I.
Graphics card?
My CPU. Ooh, what is this? Oh, it's a stone.
Maybe.
That guy's too poor to be using computers. That's weird. I suppose it's something anybody can do. Oh no. Copper cab.
On November 9th, 2005, South Park was in its 9th season, and it would air an episode known as Ginger Kids. This entire episode was Cartman going out of his way to discriminate against and convince others to discriminate against ginger kids, claiming they have no souls and have a disease known as gingivitis.
Gingivitis.
The episode would then proceed to have the other boys dye his hair and make him think he's ginger, which then Cartman would proceed to take advantage of this and become an extreme ginger supremacist, claiming they should exterminate all non-ginger kids, with the episode eventually ending after he finds out he's not actually ginger and drops everything. While it was a dime a dozen episode back in the day, this episode is actually the source of a lot of controversy in the following years, with some places reporting the discrimination of actual ginger kids was due to this episode from people who misconstrued it, leading to a few incidents like something called Cake a Ginger Day, where, well, I think the title gives it away. But it didn't lead to just this. When they were writing this episode, Trey Parker and Matt Stone had no idea they were going to change the course of one ginger kid from Georgia's life forever. This is Michael Kittrell, known by his online name as Coppercab. Coppercab was a kid who made one video from over 16 years ago, and then from that point forward, dedicated his entire online career, and by extension, his life, to what that video was about. And we're going to see why that is. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to... Red is the color that travels the fastest. You know what also travels fast? Rockets. Think of the color red, and think of rockets. Not both at the same time, though. Just think of this video's sponsor, Rocket Money. I imagine many of you have gone out and seen the prices of everything these days. And the most you can really do is manage your money and budget the best you can. And well, that's where Rocket Money comes in. Rocket Money is a free-to-download personal finance app that can help you manage your money. You can allocate it where you need to and see what you should keep and what you should cut out. If you're signed up for a dozen different subscription services and decide you don't need one of them, Rocket Money can show you all of them and help you easily cancel with just a few clicks. Rocket Money can even potentially help you lower a few bills you need to pay with certain services, which is really helpful when you need to save a few bucks. You can customize and categorize what you need to save and put money aside to your heart's content. For food or for a potential trip, Rocket Money will help you out and will alert you and let you know to keep your money in check. Go to rocketmoney.com/magicmush to download Rocket Money and get a free premium trial to check out, or scan the QR code or link in the description. That's rocketmoney.com/magicmush. Thank you, Rocket Money, for sponsoring this video. Now let's get back to our program. Let me introduce you to the officially branded Magic Mush drinking game. When watching this video, every time the word ginger, be it plural or singular, is said, take a shot. Let's see if you can keep that in to the very end of the video. And also, preferably before playing this game, please put Magic Mush in your will as the inheritance of your life insurance and or estate, for no reason in particular. Thank you. On January 14th, 2010, and what a way to start off the 2010s, a YouTube channel by the name of Coppercab was created, and alongside it, a video was uploaded by the name of Gingers Do Have Souls. Now, I debated if I should talk about the contents of this video due to how well known it is, but it's been a decade and a half, so screw it, some might need a refresher. In this video, he calls out the discrimination that South Park episode got him, and the fact he was constantly being made fun of for his red hair.
It really irritates me when South Park would say that red-haired people don't have souls, okay? Because we do have souls, all right? And lately I've been being called a ginger, a fat ginger, by everybody at school.
It's because you're 14, buddy. It just happens. They find something about you and they pick at it. They do it to everybody.
And it really hurts my feelings. I act like it doesn't, but it does really bad. Gingers have souls! I go to church. I'm a Christian.
You had so many fun quotes.
You don't know me. You're not God.
And don't forget,
He's a ginger. He's a ginger. Really, that's funny. Yeah. Okay.
overall, it's 3 minutes of a red-haired kid screaming into a camera claiming he has a soul.
I have a soul. Ginger, I'm proud of it.
Now, when this video came out back in the day, it quickly went viral. And
Like
like,
gay
I
pride,
have to
but
address
gingers.
this was viral in 2010. Viral today means something blows up in popularity and then everybody forgets about it 3 days later. Viral in 2010 meant this video was absolutely fucking everywhere. From the day it aired, you had people making parodies of it, mocking it, mocking him, song parodies, animations. It was on every major YouTuber at the time's show.
Form, if someone is making fun of you and making you upset, like this redheaded guy here, it's never a good idea to take your anger to the internet.
As of the making of this video, it has 48 million views. This was his first video, mind you, and now most of the internet at the time knew his face.
I've been being called Mario every day. Every day of my life. I'm not Mario! Okay?
That's a lot to put on a 17-year-old kid, who likely was not expecting to get this kind of attention this fast. And as you can imagine, he took it well. About 5 days later, he puts out a video called Attention Haters, addressing all the people who were giving him crap about the video for the past few days, mostly singling out another YouTuber by the name of I Shed on You, who is completely forgotten these days. I don't even think you're even allowed to call a channel that anymore.
He wants me to post a video why gingers are so good. Well, you know what? I shout on you? I'll make that video for you, bro. I'll make that video.
I'll make that video for
he
you,
was a
Brad.
rant YouTuber who got into constant slap fights online, twas the style at the time, who hid behind a mask and used a pitched up voice. And this guy at some points is utterly incompetent. I have no idea what he's saying half the time. If you think I'm bad, listen to this.
I don't understand these people. You know, I don't want to go out in town and find people with headphones on and hear something that owns that belongs to you. And you hear everyone smacks the fucking headphones off because other people can hear it. It's not like they're gonna record it or download it and replay it in their CD player. They're obviously somebody's fucking talking.
Imagine showing someone this with absolutely no context. I had to really dig to find these videos on CopperCab, since I Shed on You's channel is long gone and a lot of his videos are lost to time. But he and CopperCab would enter a long drawn-out back and forth with each other, just giving CopperCab more views in the long run.
Mr. Thin People, Mr. Gingerbread! Has made a video saying he's going to car off I Shed on You. It's just so crazy, because you don't know who Gingerbread is. It is the gingerbread man, the red fire, the flaming metal soul that Ray William Johnson spoke about earlier.
Most people who became memes back in the day either went on to live their lives as normal or had their lives completely ruined. Poor, angry German kid. But CopperCab was different. He just didn't want to fade into obscurity. He was going to ride this wave of popularity. He actively fought back against it.
So think about that the next time you freaking troll me, alright? Or hate on me. I don't care. I'll make videos. And if you don't like that, that's fine. I don't care.
A few more days later, he would put out a video called I Don't Care, showing us how much he doesn't care about the evil.
Did I get him? I think I
know. I
know.
Shed on You and Ray William Johnson even more, where he gets a little too heated about it.
You know, if you've ever been made fun of, you know how I feel. It doesn't feel good, does it? It doesn't feel good, does it?
This made him an even bigger target because he kept feeding into it. It seems that he and I Shed on You eventually made up like besties, but this had already attracted another attention to his channel by stirring the pot. Even after the two had quit their slap fight, he made another video with haters, and another video saying for all gingers to make a video response to his own showing their ginger pride.
If you're ginger, only gingers. If you're a ginger, then I want you to make a new video response saying that you're a ginger, you're proud of it, name a few good reasons. If you don't want to, that's fine. You know, but
That's in story, Maya.
let's show YouTube why we're proud to be gingers, okay?
The majority of the videos he would start making for the next few months were all mostly him dealing with the blowback he was getting from the Gingers Have Souls video. It had gone so viral, it actually got back to the creators of South Park, and they made a reenactment of it with Cartman for a promo of the new season.
Gingers have souls. I go to church. I'm a Christian. You don't know me. You're not God. It pisses me off. Ginger people do have souls, alright?
Copper Cow responds accordingly.
What the heck was that? What was that?
What was that?
South Park is personally making fun of me. Y'all have definitely taken it too far. Alright? I don't know what you're trying to do, or if you're just using me. If you're using me,
crying?
I won't let that happen. I will not have my people discriminated against. Again!
Discriminated against. You're
That's
not black.
Because of me.
Now, it could be pure coincidence, but there is a good chance that Copper Cap's video exploding in popularity may have made Matt and Trey double down on making fun of gingers, as gingers were a huge part of that controversial 200th episode, where they sought out to offend as many people as possible. And given the show's notoriously fast production time to make an episode, it's entirely possible Copper Cab is the reason why.
South Park, you're making another video about red-haired people. God! Seriously! You're gonna stop this shit right fucking now. You know that? Stop!
For the next year, his channel will just go all over the place. A lot of stuff about ginger pride, there should be more redheaded people in the world, calling out more haters, entering my nightmares, dance videos, all while being extremely angry.
Sorry again, I've been gone, okay?
I've been gone, okay?
Don't fucking keep saying I'm dead. I'm not dead, I'm still here, obviously.
In 2010 and 2011, if you were to come onto his channel, you would think it was just a ginger kid who was very easy to upset, since he was just so irrationally angry about everything all the time.
Right when you're going, I'm a troll, I'm a troll, I'm a troll kid. You're gonna go.
But as you watch more and more, it starts to dawn on you. Everything is not entirely as it seems.
My supporters out there, I loved you. I've always loved you since day one, even my trolls. I love you too. I forgive you for everything you've done. I forgive you, okay? I don't care if you don't leave me alone. I forgive you.
It looks as if someone is putting on a little show for us. It's time to reveal the man behind the curtain and what's really going on here.
What was that?
Copper Cab is a troll. And what I mean by that is, everything you see in his videos, him getting angry and fighting with people online all the time, it's all an act. He's playing a fictionalized, overly exaggerated persona of who he really is. This has been known for several years at this point, but it wasn't quite as well known back then. There's a chance that the original Gingers Have Souls video had some authenticity to it, as he really was angry for getting picked on, but after that, it's mostly smoke and mirrors. Some people had their suspicions back then. Hell, even Ray William Johnson at the time could smell something was up.
Alright, Forum, there are two possible things going on here. One, this guy is being bullied, and he's about one bad ginger joke away from shooting up his damn school. Or two, he's trolling. I personally think he's trolling, and it's all an act, but that's just a guess.
But back in the early 2010s, the concept that someone online wasn't being the honest version of themselves was lost on a lot of people. And because of that, people flocked to Copper Cab's videos to make fun of him, calling him all sorts of gays and little bitches and stuff like that.
Thinking gay?
The fact he kept making videos and feeding into the hate, going after content creators to stoke the flames, going after South Park again, it all led more people to mock him. All they saw was an underage and angry teenager met at South Park. He was a right pick for bullying, but this is exactly what he wanted. A bunch of his older videos are well into the millions viewership-wise, and he was getting a nice cut of money from people hate watching. Hate watching, even back then, never worked. And yeah, there are some people who still believe Copper Cab is being genuine. They believe he really is like this. And honestly, I can see why some people believe that, because Copper Cab never breaks character. Ever. In every single video, he never once lets up the act. He never drops it in his videos, in his video descriptions, in interviews. He is always like this. He is the world's angriest and proudest ginger.
Hey everybody, it's St. Patrick's Day, where everyone's a ginger, and everyone's an Irishman. Kiss me, I'm Irish. Irish for a day. Yes, and everyone gets to be racist and get away with it. It's amazing, isn't it? As you celebrate this holiday, You are racist!
I have never seen someone so dedicated to the fans.
People, wake up, okay? This K-pop stuff, it's evil. And I want it off of my radio station, and I want it off of my television!
Going back to South Park for a second, there's the season 12 episode Super Fun Time, where they go to a pioneer village with actors who refuse to break character even when their own lives are being threatened.
Oh god.
Copper Cab has more in common with that episode than the Ginger one. The one issue with being a troll and hamming everything up is, it's extremely difficult to tell when Copper Cab is being genuine or if it's just another part of the act. If anything about Copper Cab is genuine to begin with, it's possible right after screaming to the camera for several minutes, he cuts it off and goes, "I do say, I believe this shall be my finest form of entertainment yet." Now, of course, Copper Cab would go out and deny several times he was not a troll. He was a real person, he was being legit, he wanted to show everyone how legit he was.
Everyone thinks I'm an actor, okay? I just found out! I am not an actor! I'm trying to bring about peace. Okay? Does this look like acting to you? Huh? You see this? Ah!
But I'm not sure how many
I'd say 3 down, 9 up.
people this was actually convincing. The one thing I do have to give Copper Cab was he made sure everything he did in his videos, like mostly everything, was grounded in reality. He never went overboard with his character. We didn't get Linkar-esque skits where he fights a blue-haired version of himself named Cobalt Cab. That'd just be silly. To add on to the authenticity, there was also other people he would have in his videos, and that would introduce us to the other major character in his videos, his grandmother, who he calls Mima. In one of his videos he's filming, she all of a sudden comes from the background to tell his ass off.
What the fuck was that? Ooh.
I'm filming!
Even if it was staged, while watching this, I get a severe sense of deja vu.
Shut that goddamn thing off.
Mima was the one who watched Copper Cab most of his life, and she would play a huge part in this channel.
Is that him? No, that's not him, is it? No, that's not him. That's a dude. Looks like a dude. I do not have ammo. I'm going to lose this. Maybe not lose it, but it'll be close. Storm's... What was that? He is right there. What was that? Nice. It was over there. Let's rip just fight. Didn't die? Son of a bitch. Somebody landed on me. Oh god, I think I did see somebody. No. We're okay. 4 down, 3 up. I'm in the top 5. I want to win this. I don't think I will, though. These guys are thirsty. Probably methed out. Yeah. Let's see. One of those guys was so thirsty. He like stopped it for a while. That's good. That's good. That's good. I think I want the shotgun. That did not work. Didn't work. I'll take that over there. Oh, I gotta move. Did they take away the sound movement? Yes, they did. No. Where are these guys? Still kind of need ammo. Pretty bad. I'm just gonna go sit as a bush in this park right here and see what happens. Hey, look, I'm just a bush. Just a bush. There's more ammo. Maybe I need more. I'm just a bush. I'm just a bush. Just a bush. Just a bush. Run out in front of me. Fight right in the center. I'm just a bush. Where are they? Oh, it's one guy. It's one guy. I was thinking it was 4, but it's one guy. Where is he? Is that him? No, it's not. Yeah! Got him! I stumbled on him. I stumbled on him. I stumbled on him and killed him in the bush. I stumbled on him and killed him in the bush. I stumbled on him and killed him in the bush. I stumbled on him and killed him in a bush. I stumbled on him and killed him in a bush, and I just hosed him, and it was just over. Yeah. Yeah. Good time to go to bed. I love you guys. Thank you so much for your time. I love ending on a win. It's such a good way to end the night. I go to bed feeling fulfilled. Ran right up to him. I should have shotgunned him. What a great way for that to end. Okay, so you've been watching Skycat Live. I'm a full-time variety gamer. All day, every day, put me on in the background. I'm going to bed. I love you guys. Thank you so much for hanging out with me, seeing a Fortnite win and all that. Pretty good, pretty good. Yeah. So, I will be back tomorrow to play some more video games, though I do have a appointment in the afternoon, and so I don't know what time I'll be on. It'll be a little later, unfortunately, but yes. And so I love you guys. Thank you so much, and I will see you later. Love you. Bye. And I will stop this recording here with a reminder that you've been watching Skycat Live. Click on the cat space to donate. It's a PayPal link. Come to the Twitch or the YouTube. Give me a like, sub, or a follow. I have many thousands of videos on my YouTube channel, which is reflected here, and I've been getting good viewership lately. Getting like 11 views and stuff like this, doing pretty good. And so I love you guys. Thank you so much. I'm going to upload here and stop this video, and then I will stream my uploading, and I will leave. Bye.